Hey guys, Brian and Gino here with Mission Sicily. We're part of the Mission Sicily team. This mission has been going on since 2013 thanks to people like you. As we're getting a little bit of cold weather here in December, that also means we're coming to the end of the year. And so wanted just to take a moment to recount to you the good things that God's been doing, the impact that you're having, the change that you're enabling us to see over here, the fruit that's being born out of this ministry. And I was talking to Gino just a minute ago, what can we say, what can we share? It's been a year where we've had baptisms just like we always have every year. But the thing that's most beautiful to me is that we're seeing disciples who are now making other disciples to the second and third generation. This is the first time in the history of this church that we're seeing this kind of multiplication, and this is due to people like you. And so I wanted Gino to share a short episode, a little story here, just to give you an idea of what's really going on.
No, sì. Abbiamo spinto molto quest'anno sull'aiutare i discepoli a fare altri discepoli.
So we really pushed this year to have our disciples, or not our disciples, but the disciples in the church making other disciples, to shift their focus away from them to making others.
Uno dei piccoli esempi che posso raccontare su tanti, perché ne sono accaduti tanti di
I
questi.
have just one little example out of many that we could share, but just to give you a small taste.
È quello di avere preso su di loro la responsabilità di lavorare su un discepolato, su
So
una persona.
they've started taking on themselves the responsibility to start making other disciples.
In particolare ce n'è stata per esempio una donna che ha discepolato un'altra ragazza che è venuta da poco tempo.
And so an example is we have an older lady in the church that took a younger lady under her wing, so to speak, and began discipling her.
Accompagnandola fino al battesimo.
And she was with her, following her through the whole process, going through a formation process of deep discipleship until she was baptized, this younger woman.
Per poi iniziare un altro processo che è quello di insegnare loro a fare altri discepoli.
And so this is an example of what's happening now, where this was the first time that this older woman had taken someone else and walked them through a process, and then was part of the baptismal rejoicing and not ceremony, but how would we say it in Italian? The festa, right? It's an opportunity to rejoice together. And so it was beautiful to watch this process happen from start to finish, and she continues now with this discipleship process.
Questo ci ha permesso di creare delle generazioni e subito dopo altre generazioni.
And it's the first time that we've seen this process happen where we have now second and third generation, as the next person who walked through that process is taking someone else and following them through a similar process.
In questo momento in Chiesa abbiamo 5 generazioni di discepoli.
And in fact, we've now arrived where we have 5 generations of discipleship happening.
Questo è stato il nostro obiettivo iniziale quando abbiamo iniziato un anno fa. Grazie a Dio siamo arrivati a questi risultati, a questi frutti.
And so this was our objective, our goal, starting quanti anni? L'anno scorso.
L'anno scorso.
Yeah, starting last year, we started this, and so we're finally seeing this beautiful fruit, and it's because of you. It's because of people like you who have been praying, who have been generously donating. You're affecting the lives of people like me, like Gino, like Stefano that you've met before, and in this church, but not just in this church. There's a movement now here in Italy that we're a part of, Grande Mandato, the Great Commission. And so we're seeing similar things like this happening in Italy now, and it's so exciting.
Sì, il nostro prossimo obiettivo per quest'anno è quello di piantare chiese.
And the next objective, as you guys, some of you know already, is to get back to church planting and making this a focus in some of the other towns that we have around us here.
E iniziare nuove generazioni di discepoli.
And start a new generation of discipleship. So thank you so much. From our hearts to you, God bless you, and thank you for what you're doing.